Miami continues to roll, a major comeback in Cleveland, and there's so much more to go through in the Week 7 recap show. Let's get it started. We're going to start with a Thursday night game between the Broncos and Browns. Both teams hoping to bounce back from losses last week. The Broncos lead 20-0 at halftime, and it looked like smooth sailing the rest of the way. But that's why you play all 4 quarters, because the Browns put together a magical fourth quarter, tying the game at 20. With 3:50 to go in the game, Bridgewater gets sacked by Porter Gustin and fumbles the ball. It's recovered by Curtis Weaver, who's filling in for Jadeveon Clowney as he got injured earlier in the game. And the big defensive lineman rumbles the other way 62 yards for a touchdown to complete the comeback, and Cleveland wins 27-20. Next, it's on to the first 1 p.m. Sunday game between the Panthers and Giants, with New York kicking it old school this week, coming out in their 1980s throwbacks. Giants are up 13-3 in the third, but a fumble by Daniel Jones rolls all the way to the end zone and results in a Panthers touchdown, making it 13-10. From there, the Panthers would kick 2 more field goals in the fourth, including the game winner with 1:07 left in the fourth. The comeback Chiefs strikes again as Carolina wins 16-13. Let's go up the road a little bit to New England as the Patriots face the Jets. Mac Jones hoping to pick up his first home win, would give him the second of his career as well. Back in Week 5, which was his first NFL start, they beat Houston 34-20. The rain doesn't faze Mac Jones as he slings the ball all over the field. 240 yards and a touchdown to Jacoby Myers is one of the reasons why the Patriots get the win over the Jets, 27-10. Now it's on to Tennessee, where we have a potential playoff preview on our hands between the Chiefs and Titans. A dominant run attack against a top-tier pass attack. Who's going to get the job done? Both teams' offenses did exactly what you'd expect them to do, but really it was Kansas City's defense that showed up big. They forced 3 turnovers, an interception from Travarius Ward, and forced fumbles from Trayshawn Wharton, as well as Frank Clark. These were the perfect ingredients to lead to the Chiefs' 25-10 win over the Titans. We saw our Packers take care of business at home, shutting down one of the top passing offenses in Washington. The defense held Ryan Fitzpatrick to just 175 passing yards, while Aaron Rodgers threw a touchdown to Robert Tonyan and ran for one of his own as well. Packer defense also finally got an interception on Fitzpatrick's stat sheet this season as the Packers win 30-17. From the rain of Green Bay to the sun of Miami we go, as the Falcons travel to Hard Rock Stadium to face the Dolphins. They're hoping to make it 4 wins in a row. They do just that, and in a big way. Tua Tagovailoa continues to show. Maybe people were wrong about him, as he throws for 3 touchdowns. 1 to Will Fuller, 1 to Devontae Parker, and 1 to rookie Jalen Waddle. Dolphins win 45-21 over Atlanta. The last 1 p.m. game features AFC North rivals as the Bengals come to Baltimore to play the Ravens. Baltimore plays a complete game. Their offense was on fire, both running and passing. Lamar Jackson runs 118 yards and also throws for 228 yards along with 3 touchdowns. Their defense forces 2 Joe Burrow interceptions, and they get the first win against the Bengals this season, 37-18. On to our first 4 p.m. game as the Lions face the Rams in SoFi Stadium. Both teams took big losses last week and want to put them in the rearview mirror. Matthew Stafford lets his young tight end Bryson Hopkins shine in this game. Stafford's 2 touchdowns go to Hopkins, who ended the day with 7 catches for 115 yards. The Rams win handily over Detroit, 30-13. Staying indoors, it's on to Vegas as the Raiders host the Eagles. This game got off to a slow start, but eventually, the Raiders got going, scoring points in the second, third, and fourth quarters. When it was all said and done, they got the win, 23-6. Third dome in a row as we get out to Arizona, where the Texans and Cardinals meet up. Both teams hoping to keep their modest win streaks going. Houston comes out and surprises everyone, including Arizona, but they trade scores all game long to the third when the Texans put up 21 unanswered points. That would be the burst they need to win big, 49-24. Our last 4 p.m. game is in Florida as Justin Fields and the Bears take on Tampa Tom and the Bucks. It was a low-scoring defensive game throughout, but the Bears were able to hang around with field goals. Eventually, the Bucs offense would get rolling as they take the lead for the second time in the game, with a Leonard Fournette rushing touchdown early in the fourth. That was one of Fournette's 2 touchdowns as the Bucs would pull away, scoring 17 in the quarter to win 24-16. Wrapping up with the night games now, Sunday night first as the Colts go on the road to face the winless 49ers. You'd think a game like this wouldn't be entertaining, but in this case you'd be very wrong. Offense galore between these two, and in the fourth, with the Colts having a 1-point lead on the 2-minute mark, Jonathan Taylor caps off his career day with his second rushing touchdown that leads to the 34-26 win for Indianapolis. Their second of the year as the 49ers are still winless. The final game of Week 7 is the Monday night contest between the Saints and the Seahawks. The 12th man is rocking and hoping to lead Seattle to their 3rd win in a row. There were a combined 7 turnovers in this game between the two teams as they managed to keep each other close. Seattle's up 17-6, and with 5:25 to go in the game, Russell Wilson finds Tyler Lockett for his second touchdown catch of the game. This one gives the Seahawks the space they need to close out and win the game, 34-23. Now time to take our look at standings this week in Week 7, starting first with the AFC North. The Ravens are 6-1 in first place, Steelers in second 4-2, Browns in third 4-3, Bengals in last place at 3-4. In the AFC South, the Titans are losing their grip on first place. They are 4-3. Jaguars in second at 3-3. Texans in third at 3-4, and the Colts are in last 2-5. The Dolphins continue their surprising run this season, winners of now 4 in a row and 6-1 on the year. Bills in third, winners of 3 in a row, 3-3. Patriots are 3-4, and the Jets are in last place at 1-5. Finally, in the AFC West, Raiders are hot, 5 in a row, and they're 5-2 now as a result. Chiefs are also 5-2, they're tied for first place. Chargers are in third at 1-5, and the Broncos sit in last place, 1-6. On to the NFC now, starting with the North. Our Packers are in first place at 6-1. Bears in second at 3-4. Vikings behind them at 2-4. Lions are in last place at 1-6. On to the AFC South now. The Bucs are atop in first place in firm control at 6-1. Panthers in second at 4-3. Saints and Falcons both tied for third and fourth respectively, 3-3. In the AFC East, the Cowboys are in first place at 5-1, winners of 5 in a row. Washington's in second though, 5-2 after they lost last week to our Packers. Giants are 2-5 in third, and the Eagles in last place at 1-6. Finally, in the NFC West, the Cardinals and Seahawks are both tied for first place at 5-2. Seahawks have won their last 5 in a row to get to this point. Good fight from them. Rams are in third at 2-5. 49ers are still winless in last place, 0-6. Now it's time to take a look and see who won the Player of the Week awards for Week 7. Starting with the AFC, and the Offensive Award this week goes Texans quarterback Tyrod Taylor. He threw for 363 yards and 4 touchdowns in their win against the Cardinals. On the defensive side for the AFC, it's the Browns right end Curtis Weaver. He had 2 tackles, 2 of them being sacks, though fumble recovery for a touchdown as well. Big game for him, again filling in for the injured Jadeveon Clowney. On to the NFC now. Offensive Award goes to Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray. Despite the loss, he had a big day. 323 passing yards for 3 touchdowns. He also carried the ball 4 times and had 33 yards on the ground. On the defensive side of the NFC, that award goes to the Falcons left end, John Kaminsky. He had 6 tackles, 2 of them for sacks, the fumble recovery, and the touchdown as well. Congratulations to all the players who won the awards in Week 7. It's time for our second prospect spotlight of the season, as the second mock draft has come out and the national scouts will be sent out this week for all teams. Our focus this week is going to be on Donnell Bullitt from Butler. He's been making waves with his recent performances, and this past week was a big game against Davidson, where he ran for 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. He really embraces his small school status and plays with that chip on his shoulder. He's risen to being a top 5 running back in the class, and as of now, is projected to go between rounds 2 and 3. Let's take a look at the upcoming game for Week 8, as our Packers will have the Thursday night game this week. They'll go on the road to face Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals. They're 5-2, mostly thanks to their offense, that's ranked 8th in the league. We know our Packers do well on the offensive front, putting up points, so who knows, this game could get crazy in terms of scoring if the defenses don't show up. Leave your predictions down below in the comments. As always, we'll bring it on home with some questions of the week heading into Week 8. Leave your answers to these questions or things you'd hope to see answered in Week 8 as well. First up, top defenses will be on display as the Cowboys will play the Vikings. Who's gonna blink first? The Dolphins are winners of 4 in a row. Bills are winners of 3 in a row. Who wins this AFC East matchup? And our final question is, can the 49ers finally get their first win of the season against the Bears? Or will the losing streak extend to 7? All of these questions and more will be answered once Week 8 wraps up. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and as always, keep on shining and keep on grinding. And we'll see you all in the next one.